Well, I made it back to the shop again. One more time. I'm still a little sore, but here I am. So in Afrikaans, my mother tongue, we've got this saying, onkruid vergaan nie. And roughly translated, that means weeds just don't perish that easily. So I guess you can just call me a weed. Yeah, so normally my videos is all about car related stuff and building brad rods, custom fabrication, welding, that kind of thing. So yeah, this video is going to be completely different, so it's actually quite hard for me. But my wife insisted I give you guys some feedback on what's been going on here and why I have not been posting any videos for well over a month. And then when she mentioned that my little message and story could serve as a message of hope for someone, I was convinced to do this. So here goes. So my rear view mirror fogs up quite easily. So I asked the wife to help me, and I just made some notes so that I can remember the sequence of events. So here goes. In 2022, I developed some gastro issues. So my good lady packed me off to the doctor to check me out. And they decided to do a colonoscopy. Now for you guys who don't know what that is, they basically stick a camera up your exhaust so that they can have a look at your pipes inside. Yeah, and that whole business resulted in that I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. You know, well, as some of you guys might know, that comes as quite a shock to you. I mean, I've always been a very healthy dude, never had any medical issues short of broken bones or poking myself full of holes with grinders and all sorts of tools. So there are only two things that you can basically do when you receive news like that. Number one, you can either become completely depressed and lose all hope and become all negative and figure, you know, yeah, this is the end of it. Which I must say I did do for a bit. But you can then, as an alternative, you can also say, fuck this, I'm going to fight this shit. And I'm not ready to give it up yet. And that's what I decided to do. So following that, the medicine men first sent me off for some radiation therapy. Now, yeah, I'll tell you, that's a different story, eh? I had to go and lie in this machine called a linear actuator. And then they zap you with these high energy beams. Every day for 4 weeks I did that. Not nice. And I also had to swallow a bunch of chemo pills every day. Now luckily my side effects were not that radical. But I tell you, that business was so tiring. For that period of 4 weeks, after every treatment, I would pretty much just come home and rest and sleep and not be good for much else. So when they finished nuking me with all those beams inside that machine, there was more scans, and then I was scheduled for surgery. This was beginning 2023. Went under the knife, and the sawbone boys sliced me open and removed 1 foot of my colon. That was the nasty part. That was the part that had the cancer. And they also fitted me with a stoma. Now, if you don't know what that is, best you ask Dr. Google. I don't think I'm going to explain all of that. So let's not get into the details of that one. So when I recovered from that surgery, which was a major one, I mean, basically they cut you open and they take out all your bloody intestines and lay it on the table and then do their business and shove it back in there. Yeah, big story, but we recovered from that, and then I had to go for chemotherapy. And that was another story. Again, a bunch of nasty pills to swallow every day, and then this horrible IV treatment once a week. I mean, you basically go into this oncology facility, and they stick a needle in your arm, in your vein, and you get drip and they drip you with this poison that is supposedly killing off all the nasty cells, the cancer cells, but it also kind of destroys the good cells in the process, on the premise that your good cells can rejuvenate again. Nasty side effects typically. I was lucky, didn't lose any of my hair, but I did get this business called, big word, let me find that big word, I can hardly pronounce it, it's called peripheral neuropathy. In my case, it's my feet, and they constantly feel like frozen, and pins and needles, and like burning. And that has persisted to this day. I still have it. Yeah, I'm still wearing heavy boots, woolly socks to try and keep my feet warm. Some of you might remember I used to be really keen on wearing flip-flops. Can't do that anymore. My earlier videos I was constantly wearing flip-flops. Seems those days are over for now. Apparently this can go away again after some years. So let's hope that will happen. In the meantime I have to live with it. Right, so where were we? Yes, so towards the end of 2023, I finally finished this whole chemo business. There were more scans, and they do blood tests every time you go in to check. And my tests were all clear, and it was announced that my cancer was officially in remission. Whoopee! Very happy to hear that. But the story was not over yet, because here around the beginning of this year, I started picking up these gastro problems once more. I did a follow-up with the oncologist in January, and my test was still clear, so it couldn't have been because of cancer, hopefully. Let me see. Like I said, I can't remember it all. It's been such a journey. So yes, since the beginning of this year, I've been consulting with all different quacks, and they told me I would take probiotics, antibiotics, diet changes, and all sorts of stuff. But I just couldn't find the problem. I'm not really going to get into the symptoms of what I've been going through, but I got weaker and weaker and weaker. I started losing weight. I mean, you might have picked it up in some of my videos. As I sit here now, I've lost 14 kilos. That's about 30 pounds since the beginning of the year. And that's quite a lot. I mean, if I look at myself in the mirror, I can't believe what I see. I need to pick up weight now, seriously. So in between all of that, I still managed to get some work done. But then about 6 weeks ago, I went to see a specialist with severe tummy pains and cramps, and I was vomiting and all sorts of nasty stuff. And then he admitted me to hospital right away. They stuck a drip into me, IV feeding, put this pipe down my throat into my stomach. I mean, that's an irritable, horrible business, let me tell you. And then after some tests and scans, I was admitted for surgery. They decided that, or not decided, they diagnosed an obstruction in my small intestine. So I had abdominal surgery, and they bypassed this obstruction. So it turned into a whole big thing. And here I am, 4 weeks after the op, and slowly recovering. There's some good news in my story though. When the surgeon opened me, he did actually take some biopsies in various places to be sent away for testing for the big C. And those tests came back all clear. So no traces of cancer whatsoever. So I can truly say that I am now a cancer survivor. That's awesome. Another thing I can add to my resume. And there you have it. That's my good reason and good excuse for not posting videos for the last couple of weeks. So I am still weak, but I'm eating like a horse. which is a good thing. So I'm hoping to pick up some weight again. Getting better, a little bit better every day. Slowly recovering. By the way, I am back in the shop on doctor's orders. I got his blessings. He said, get your ass up there, get some exercise. It will be good for your head as well. And he's right on that one. And just lying around just not going to help you at all. It will just stay weak. So I'm going to pace myself though. I'll rest often, I'll listen to my body, but I certainly want to get some stuff done. And I'd like to heal properly because I've still got a few cars to build, man. So yes, I'm hoping to post videos regularly again. I've actually still got some old footage left from stuff that we shot before all this went down. So I can edit those and upload them as well. So yes, hoping to be posting a video at least once a week again, which might be good news for some, I hope. Oh, listen, and I really would like to thank every single one of you who sent messages of goodwill and best wishes and positive vibes and hopes for recovery. It meant a lot to me. I'm actually completely bowled over by the amount of support I got from the whole YouTube community. And not just via the YouTube channel, I mean other platforms as well. I got messages via Facebook, on my Facebook Rattles for Africa group, Messenger, WhatsApp, phone calls, unbelievable. I don't actually even know what to say. I can say it meant and still means a lot to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And then as always, finally, thanks for listening to my story and for hanging out with me here in the shop. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a lekker one, my brothers.
Whatever makes you happy, it just depends on you. So think a little bigger and